it's been a little bit. We just got busy, plain and simple. Been a lot of changes at the ridge. Sawmill you've not seen, tractor you've not seen, new baby.
This is Hank. He's a basset hound. He's 11 weeks old. We've had him for about 6 weeks now.
What else is new down there? Outhouse, pond, archery targets. But yeah, just excited to show you. So we're
we got another cleared area.
We did another excavating project and cleared out another acre or so of ground. So just excited to get down there and show you guys some of the updates. Okay, we'll show you the new section we had cleared out. We love this trail. This was cut with an excavator or a dozer, so save some work on our end. I think we're gonna have our last major trail cut with the dozer also, just to save several weekends worth of work. But we do love this. Really good hunting looking areas down that way. One thing we didn't tell you, and we'll show some photos of this, but we've got a bear on trail camera, a really nice sized black bear, and the trail camera is up this way where we saw the bear, so hopefully we'll keep seeing him. That'd be really neat. Carrie's a little bit freaked out by him. Oh, we got a turtle in the road. Is that Franklin? Does it look like Franklin, or can you tell? So yeah, this is I don't know, it's probably not quite an acre. It might be about an acre. We don't know yet what we're gonna do with it. Carrie's come over and planted some flowers. What are those, zinnias?
Zinnias in a zinnia bed, but clearly it's being overtaken.
Yeah, I'm sure. Okay, so this will definitely have to be bush hogged. She's got her metal peacock over here. So she did come over here and work her butt off and try to get a little garden tilled up. So she wanted to check on it. Hank, what do you think, buddy? So our next thing with the mill is to put a deck on the front of this thing. And then figure out.
Are you big stuff?
Good morning. Out here at the sawmill. First thing I'm going to do is change the blade. I've got like around 6 hours on it, and the blade seems to be dull. I'm cutting through bark on a lot of pine logs, and I think if I would debark it first, I would get longer life out of the blades. But they're about 20 bucks a piece, and I've cut a lot of wood, I feel like, in 6 or 7 hours of time. So we'll spin this around, show you what we got going on. So here's a cant. So a cant would be a log that has been cut into a square, or the bark sides are removed from it. Old blade here, new blade. Here's the sawmill head. I opened it up, took the blade off of it, get it swapped out, make sure it's tracking good, and then the plan is today to cut some 1x boards. I don't really care how wide they are, 6, 8, 10, whatever, but 1x's for the deck boards when we build the deck on the front of the camper. So the idea there with the deck is to build 2 sections so that I can kind of bolt them together and take them apart if I wanted to move it for when we put a cabin there, I guess. So that's the idea, is just to see how many logs I can get down here today and how many 1x boards I can mill up. how many 10-foot plus logs we can get from the stack of trees. There's quite a few. I think each one of them are going to be usable. Just need to cut them into at least 10 foot, maybe 10-foot 6 logs. And what my hope with that would be, by the time the ends crack just a little bit and chainsaw cuts not perfectly 90 degrees and so on, that'll still give me good 10-foot boards. So that's what I'm going to try. I'm going to dig into this pile, see how it goes. I don't see any copperheads or rattlesnakes yet. I don't know if that's good or bad. I'd probably rather see them. Okay, I don't know, this is probably a maple here. I'm gonna make deck boards, and I want them all to match, of course, so I'm going for pine. So really I'm just gonna try to dive into the pine for now. There's a lot of lumber here. It's a big mess to get started on, especially one old guy, but that's all right. One foot in front of the other and one step at a time. Wish you were here, Shane, to help out, bub. Instead, you're probably just sitting there on the couch watching me on YouTube. That right there might not be any good, the knot in there. Okay, there's 3 10-footers out of that one tree. Let's mill up a log. So I have a, I don't know, maybe a 13-inch, 10-foot pine log on. Okay, so this right here is, it's a motorcycle jack, but it's actually kind of called a tow board in terms of sawmilling. What it does is it'll raise up the smaller end of the log if you have one that's tapered. Ideally, you want, let me see if I can show you. Ideally, you want the pith or the very center of the log to be the same all the way through a board. Okay. And you end up with a lot of these slab cuts, off cuts, whatever you want to call them. And basically you just hack them into firewood lengths and you're left with a bunch of firewood. So that's kind of cool. All right, we'll flip this over 180 degrees. We don't need the toe board for this one, but we will on the third cut. Okay, here's our cant. We ended up with a 7 3/4 by 8 1/4 cant. It's 10 feet long. From there, you just figure out what you're wanting to cut your boards to be. I don't really care about the width of our deck boards. They can be varying for all I care. I think it will be just fine. What I do care though is that they're all pretty close to 1 inch thick, like a true 1 inch. One true inch by 8 1/4, 9 inches. All right, the plan is to wind down the evening, enjoying a little bit of bow action. Only problem is, what's your problem?
It's Bub's fault.
It's Bub's fault.
He packed up my bow and we forgot my wrist strap.
So you have no release. She could try back tension. I have 3 different back tensions with me, but I didn't think to grab a wrist strap for her. So I guess I'll enjoy shooting and she could cheer me on then. She's wanting to use the back tension, so put on safety. Okay, all your pressure on the index finger. So remember, when you take that off safety, all the pressure on your index fingers, and you're not even close to shooting yet, take it off safety. Now's when you'll aim. Just take your time, keep aiming. Good job.